Let's drink some wine. Hi, everyone. We are the Wine Brothers. My name is Brian Hinchberger.
And I'm Paul Hinchberger.
We are in the lovely Northwest summer sun and going to be drinking some unbelievable wines from the Tuscan sun. Huh?
That was good. That
Well,
was
I'll
really good.
explain that more in just a minute. So this is Fabrizio Dionisio from Cortona, a DOC, small DOC in Tuscany. Everyone's heard of Tuscany. Have you ever heard of Under the Tuscan Sun?
Yes.
Jane, what was her name? I don't know. There was this movie. This lady was in it, and Under the Tuscan Sun, real famous, real popular.
Yeah.
She was next door to these guys.
Oh,
like
really?
this is the Tuscan Sun.
Interesting.
This is the land of Under the Tuscan Sun, which I'm pretty excited about because the wines are stellar. Syrah also. So when you think of Tuscany, you might think of Sangiovese, or you might think of Chianti, which is Sangiovese. These guys, Cortona, basically just sits directly east, like almost connected to the southern tip of Chianti. You go down a little bit to the southwest and you hit Vino Nobile di Montepulciano, and a little bit more to the southwest you hit Brunello di Montalcino. So very, very famous wine regions all within this little Tuscan area. And however, these wines are made of Syrah, which is pretty popular grape around the world, made in many, many places. And you're thinking, Syrah from Tuscany? No, no, no. But I'm here
I won't
to
drink it.
I won't drink it, but no, I'm here to tell you this is it's actually considered to be a somewhat native, somewhat very, very typical. When the Napoleon area, whatever that word is, when that happened, French occupation 200 years ago, they brought Syrah. So the Syrah's been there for a very, very long time, and it's now just kind of normal. In the 70s, Fabrizio Dionisio's father, Sergio, acquired this land. Beautiful rolling hills, and found, it had all these vines, but didn't do much with it. So in 2000, Fabrizio kind of dug everything up and put in Syrah. A little bit of Cab, a little bit of Merlot, but predominantly everything Syrah. So we're going to start with the Rosado. This is 100% Syrah, done rosé fashion, and I am absolutely stoked. So essentially, Bon Vivant Imports, we import this wine, the Il Castagno, none of the other three. But we figure, yeah, I know. We're kind of thinking maybe after this video, people will just be knocking down our doors.
Exactly.
Those 38 viewers that we always have, yeah, they're really gonna like it. So this is their rosé.
Whoa.
So yeah, no oak aging here.
Smells delicious.
Does it smell good?
Smells so good.
Oh, I love this wine. I've only had this wine one other time than right now, and this is bringing back memories of heaven and earth combined.
And earth.
So, essentially, what we're going to do is listen to our dogs barking in the kitchen. There's somebody barking. This is the rosé. The 20, what did I say, like 20 days of skin maceration after fermentation. But no oak. Very, very fresh, very, very clean. Tell me about the nose, Paul. What's going on? Or how's the palate? What do you got? This nose is stunning.
I would say it's got again that an earthiness that you don't find typically in white wines or rosés, but this is reminds me of leather and
yeah. It's not just a big strawberry field. It's got a lot of real depth to it. A lot of play of minerality. A lot of fruit, but then the palate is unbelievably textured. This is really good.
Wow.
100% Syrah. So Syrah, kind of has those neat gamey qualities to it. And what I really love about everything he does is you have a sense of place. These wines are Tuscan.
Yeah.
What else on the palate here, Paul?
I would agree with you. There is definitely strawberry, but it's just there's so much more going on. It's I also get some sort of, I don't want to say spruce or pine, but it's something kind of herbal about it.
Okay.
But not quite as piney.
No, I can see that.
That
I can see that. So, very, very small production here. We're talking about 13 hectares of Syrah is all he's planted. So, small little house, small production. This is kind of the early September pickings. So, it has a lot of beautiful fresh acidity, a lot of really, really unctuous fruit. Gorgeous wine. Yeah. Let's move on to the next little guy. This Syrah has about 5 to 10% blended of Cab Merlot. It's called the Castanino. That rosé is wonderful. In fact, what just went into my mind? Banana split. You know what I mean? Like,
I could see it.
Like strawberries and cherries and banana and ice cream and deliciousness and creaminess and happiness and joy. That's the kind of that rosé.
I could see it.
I love it. Not a cheap rosé, by the way. I mean, this isn't $6.99 a bottle. This is about $25 on a shelf, which is up there. But honestly, you won't ever be upset.
Yeah,
that's gorgeous, gorgeous wine. Now, similar line price with that is the Castanino, kind of the baby Syrah. This is more mid-September picking, and like I said, a little bit of blend of Cab Merlot in here. But this is unoaked Syrah.
Really?
Yeah.
It smells wonderful.
Oh, it's so fresh. It's so fresh, but
I get like a creaminess almost that you might think would be oak, but it's not, obviously.
These go through a very, very long fermentation. Long fermentation, a lot of skin maceration. In fact, I mean, until they actually put this just into stainless before bottling, this is, spending over a month. So you were talking about pininess. I'm getting a lot of that piney character on this wine.
I would agree.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Kind of the...
It's stunning. Like, the nose is really, really cool. I just kind of blended my really. All right, it's about that time of day.
Wow.
Ooh, so spicy.
Yeah,
so
definitely very spicy.
This wine really, I think, shows off the Syrah. But I also kind of get the little tinge of Cab. Kind of has this neat little stemmy backbone. But the spiciness from the Syrah, which I think is so great, found in the southern Rhone Valley, Côte de Rhône, northern Rhone. In fact, Cortona is kind of known as the Côte de Rhône of Italy. Which is kind of fun. I mean, whatever, but
right.
But, I can dig it. The wines are good. The wine's fantastic. So,
absolutely.
So this is the unoaked version of Syrah. Now we move on to the, bigger version. Oh, my dog's running all around. Okay, sorry about the dog. The dog ran all around.
Took care of it.
Crazy. Okay.
Back to the wine.
Now there's a dog over there freaking out. Whatever. So back to the wine. We're now going to move on to the Il Castagno. So this is the flagship wine of Fabrizio. And the reason it's kind of known, Il Castagno is the region where their winery sits, where the cellar sits, several of the vines. It's the actual part of the hills where they're at, which is kind of cool. So, let's dive into this. 2007 100% Syrah. This has seen 15 months of French oak. Unbelievable kind of fermentation practices that these guys go through. I was kind of telling you a little bit about it. Which is interesting because they actually, after malolactic fermentation, they do skin maceration for 20 plus days.
Right.
Which I think really kind of gives that beautiful, dark, rich purple color.
Sure, and also it actually balances out the wine a lot.
Smell it. Oh.
Wow.
So this smells like Northern Rhone to me. But what I love about all their wines, like I said, it's got this Tuscan play to it. You can stick your nose in this and go, Italy? Is this Italian? Just beautiful, really, really rich nose. What do you get on the nose? What do you get on the palate? What are you thinking?
It's it's definitely unctuous. It's so got the lovely acidity and tannins of Tuscan wine, but it's got big fruit, blueberries, blackberries.
Absolutely.
And definitely a spice-racked vanilla-y note that's delicious. And all just really meld together very well.
It really,
Awesome.
This wine is beautiful. And like I said, this is kind of the one we have in the States. This sits about $40 on a shelf. Actually, between 40 45. And absolutely delicious. I mean, this is Syrah that kind of makes you excited to say, wait, where's this from? You know, because Syrah comes from Australia. You can have Syrah from Washington, California, France, all over France, you know. Not all over, but a lot of France. And Syrah from Tuscany, this is so distinctly that. You know, it's so rich, so layered. The fruit is amazing. The concentration's perfect. The kiss of oak, I think, is absolutely delectable. And then the spice, the just the tone of Syrah really, really comes through on this glass.
Absolutely. It's fantastic.
It's fantastic. So, what I'm very, very excited for, we did the rosé, the Castagnino, the Il Castagno. Fabrizio does one big dog, the Cucalaya. Also 2007, so how
Therefore,
this...
we put it in a big
Yeah,
decanter.
big old decanter. This Cucalaya is a single vineyard Syrah. The vineyard's called Cucalaya. And he basically tastes each barrel all the time. Just continues to taste and say, yep, this is the one that he pulls from the vineyard. And if he's thinking the barrel's not doing what it needs to be in Cucalaya, it goes into El Castagno. You know, we're talking maybe 300 bottles of this in the world. 300 bottles in the world.
Wow.
And we're tasting one right now. Like, it's just exciting. This,
Wow.
$75.
I feel privileged.
I am privileged. I mean, we get to taste these things all the time, and I'm just stunned because all of our wines focus on these amazing little houses, husband-wife team, pretty much organic. You know, they don't have the certification, but unbelievably sustainable practices, organic practices on their farm, all estate fruit from Cortona. Oh, that's just what makes the world go round, you know. So talk to me. How's the Cucalaya? Cucalaya.
Deliciously floral.
I like where you're going with this, Paul.
Definitely large fruit, but I think the beauty of it is the floralness. It's like petunias and violets, but
You're right.
with a great tannic backbone.
So floral. Oh, it makes you want to do a dance. You know, like with flowers flying everywhere. So this sees a 15-day fermentation, a then 24-day skin maceration, and then 24 months in French oak.
Wow.
Bah?
Wow.
Bah?
And it is delicious because of it.
I mean, this is really, really handcrafted. I mean, this is handcrafted. Fabrizio really does, he really makes a good push towards his artisanal practices. And this is what it is. This is all done by hand, picked by hand, pressed by hand, created by hand. Didn't know where else to go with that, but you know what I'm saying. Like this is really, really beautiful stuff. From rosé all the way up to the Cucalaya, the El Castagno, kind of the flagship that I absolutely adore. $45. I mean, all these, they're not cheap wines, but they're exquisite wines and well worth every penny. I hope you find these, and I hope you enjoyed. Cheers.
Salute.